Hello everyone and welcome down to another episode of Sweet Spot Golf. Today I'm going to do a little tip video, and it's based on a question that a lot of people ask, and that is, a lot of people ask how to play a draw shot rather than a fade. Obviously the most common shot that people will play will be a fade, and as they're coming up they're coming quite out and across, which would be an out to in. That's how a lot of people end up playing a bit of a slice. So I'm going to try and address some of the information that's out there. A lot of people on YouTube are talking about in to out, out to in, upside down, everything and so forth. So I'm going to try and simplify it a little bit, and I'm going to use my 3-iron. And basically whatever shot you're going to play is it depending on where the ball starts. So if you've got your club like this at address and you start with the club face open, so there, when you hit the ball, that's going to start on the left for me as a left-handed golfer. And if I've got the face like this, it's going to start up the right. Now a lot of people, as they come over the top with the face closed, that puts the spin on the ball, and it's going to come out like this and loop off to the left in a big slice. And what we'll want to try and do is have the face ever so slightly open and have the path coming this way and putting spin on the ball to make a draw as a left-handed golfer. And a lot of people, when they're trying to take in the information of in to out or out to in on how the swing path's going, they find it quite hard to take. So I'm going to try and explain it in a bit more of a simple way, and that is, if you're playing football, let's say you've got a corner in football and you want to curl the ball towards the goal, you're usually going to come from the side of the ball and you're going to play across it, and that's going to put spin on the ball this way and turn it in towards the goal. And that is exactly the same principle for playing a draw, except you're just going to do it with your club head instead. So for a draw, for me, what I would be is I would be set up like this, and I feel like the club head's coming back on the inside a lot, and then as I'm up, as I come down, I feel like I'm throwing the club head to 11 o'clock. So that swing path there is coming across the ball, which is going to make the spin turn in. Now if I wanted to play a fade, I would feel like the club head was coming out a lot, and then at the top, and then as it's coming back down, it's coming across the ball, and that's going to make me play a fade. Obviously for a right-handed golfer it's the other way around, but it's the exact same principle. So this is obviously going to be really exaggerated, but as you're standing with the dress at the ball, to play a draw you want to feel like your hands are really close to your body and you're coming across this way. So you're really close on the inside, and as you're coming across there, you want to throw the club out, so you're coming across at 11 o'clock. And for a fade, I feel like you want to come out this way. Obviously this is hugely exaggerated, but if you come out this way and come across, as you're coming across there, that's going to make you play a fade to the left. I think one of the main things to get a lower handicap is whichever golf course you go to be able to shape the ball in whichever direction you want to. Now obviously they're massively exaggerated, but in the real world these are just tiny degrees of inside and tiny degrees of outside. So basically we'll hit a couple of shots and I'll play a couple of draws and I'll play a couple of fades, and then we'll see and we'll compare the swing, so you can see where the club head starts and where the path that it takes, and then what the outcome of the shot is. So I'm on the 17th yard putter. It's an elevated tee shot, so this should give you a better view of what's happening. But first shot I'll try and play a draw, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to set up, put the ball down, and then for a draw you want to feel like you're aiming up the left hand side. For me, for a right-handed golfer you'd be aiming up the right hand side, but I'm going to aim up the left hand side with a slightly open face, and I'm going to feel like I'm coming across to 11 o'clock, and I'm going to try and play up that tree line and draw back into the middle of the fairway. There you go. I'm not sure how much the camera's going to pick up, but I'll put a shot trace on it. Started up the left hand side, turned perfectly back in, drew maybe 7 or 8 yards back into the middle of the fairway, and then exact same, but I'm going to try and play a fade with this one. So I'm going to start with the club head slightly closed, and the club path is going to put the turn on it. So start it up the right hand side and bring it back into the middle. So this time I feel like as I'm setting up, the draw that I've just played, I felt like the club head was really on the inside, whereas this time I'm going to feel like the club head's coming quite out from the body and cutting across, which is going to help that spin. And there you are, that's started up the right hand side, and that's turned its way, started up the right hand side of the fairway and made its way across to the left. So you can just see the difference of, the only thing that's really going to determine where the ball starts is having that club head open or having that club head closed. That's the only thing that's going to make the ball go in the direction that you hit it. The way that it's going to turn throughout the flight of the ball is dependent on how that's coming in. So if you're coming from the inside here and pushing to the outside, that's going to send the ball up and bring it back in. Whereas if you're starting on the outside and coming in and coming across, that's going to bring the ball like that. So when you're out on the course, give it a try. Comment down below and let us know once you try it out if you're having any success with it. And if you can, please like, subscribe and ring the bell icon so you get notifications of any new videos that come out. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.